It's 6 o'clock in the morning, not long been up. Today's the day, coast to coast. Now, I've gone through a little bit of this before, but this run's quite a trial really in many respects, and it isn't just a coast to coast, it is a coast to coast to coast. So we set off this morning from Tynemouth. We ride following mainly the Roman wall route to St Bees. We deviate from the wall sort of shortly after Uldale or something like that, so and bear south a little bit. It's relatively flat. There's a couple of testing hills, but nothing serious, and mainly nice, wide, comfortable roads, albeit ones which don't have a huge amount of traffic on it. So it should be quite a nice ride out, assuming everything performs as it should. And assuming I get there, well, I will get there. I'll either get there on the bike or in the breakdown van. Assuming I get there, we will have a celebratory meal and a couple of lemonades, and be all set for tomorrow morning. Now, tomorrow morning we come back, and the first thing is, in my experience, having done this run for 10 years or so, it always rains in St Bees on a Sunday morning, and so we'll have a wet start. But we usually end up riding towards the better weather as we head east. The route tomorrow is much more demanding. There is some steep hills. We do 2 passes, Windlatter and Hartside, but we also do some quite steep climbs up onto the moors with some tight hairpins. We're on much narrower roads with more gravel and potholes and so on. So it is a real sort of test, and we don't set off anywhere near as early tomorrow, so it's a good push on. I won't have the camera with me. I'm hoping to get some GoPro footage off the bike. I won't have the camera with me. It'll be in the van, so I won't be able to take very much footage until the van arrives, which will be after the last rider arrives at each stop. So I might sort of interject in with a few sort of voiceovers and things in places, just so you know what's going on, but hopefully it will all make sense, and you'll get a flavour for what this event's all about, and be able to follow the progress of the rally. Right folks, we're here, and I've made it to the start. This is now the furthest route that this bike has actually done, which is about 1.5 miles. We managed, late yesterday afternoon, to get a few runs around the block. It seemed okay, a couple of bits came loose. We've had a few issues. Magneto, believe it or not, an issue with the points, but that was probably as a result of it coming slightly loose. So, you know, sorted those out. A few nuts and bolts have come loose, tightened those up. In the very short bit around the block, the belt stretched quite phenomenally, and we'll have to take a couple of links out of it, and I fully expect that by the time the day's out there'll be another couple of links come out of the belt. Initial thoughts are the brakes are really bad. The front brake, anyway, it's decorative. I suspected as much. It may improve as the powder coating that was already on the front brake rim wears off it, but that could be by the time we get back, if we get back. So yeah, so the back brake works all right. So I'm quite confident that that I'll get started again and get going again, and after that it's anybody's guess, and we'll sort of film bits as we go. But for the meantime, I'm going to show you a little bit around the start of the Coast to Coast Run 2023, and we're just about to set off, and our next stop is in about 30 miles, so that'll be a good little shakedown, and we'll see how we go, but we'll have a look around the car park. Thanks for watching. So this is the car park. These are the rowdy riders, various types of bike, from little mopeds to more modern equipment. The key is the spirit of the event. We have a signing on van. So the orange van there is the breakdown van that will follow us, and they're also currently signing people on, so we know who's on, who the runners riders are, handing out route sheets and so on. We've got a nice BSA here. It's a nice flat tank BSA. There's a Model H Triumph. In the background there is a side valve Humber, which you will no doubt see some more of, 1920s bike, and then there's the Raleigh, and plenty of nice little bikes. So this is the start. We've actually got some dry weather. The sea is quite calm, and while it's overcast, it's not too cold, so I hope we have a good journey. Hopefully see you at the breakfast stop. So we made it to the Robin Hood. This is the assembled crowd. No, it's only about 25-30 miles. We did it. The bike ran all right. You can just sort of see it by the guy with the high vis on up there. It ran surprisingly well. If it continues to run as well, I will be very, very happy. I'm getting used to the backwards throttle controls, but it seems to have quite a lot of pull. It'll pull very nicely in top gear. It went up virtually all of the hills it went up in top gear. So it's got, you know, a reasonable amount of pull to it, and it's getting easier to start and so on. So yeah, so far, touch wood, quite happy. We now have another 30-mile leg, so we'll see if we get there. So we just had lunch in Great Corley. Everybody's leaving now. The Raleigh food's running well. Did have to stop and take a link out of the belt because I was getting rid of belt slip. Interestingly, not driving to get up a hill, but coming down, the engine braking wasn't happening. And it looks like it's been down to the fact that the belt was a bit stretched, having done some work, and under compression it wasn't really working very well. So took a link out of it, absolutely fine. Had a quick look around the rest of the bike. So far everything seems to be fine, nothing seems to have particularly dropped off. The throttle levers came a little bit loose on the bars, they were turning a little bit, but alright. So again, quite happy with the progress. Good pint, good state to get. Can't complain. Now we've done 70 miles, well I see, showmanship. Done 70 miles, and this is the furthest this bike has been for years and years and years, certainly more than 40 years. I really can't sort of say enough how pleased I am. I really am. It goes very well. But we're not there yet, so we've got another couple of legs to go to get to St. Bees, and fingers crossed it'll all go as well as it has. Obviously with every mile the confidence has been building, so yeah, on to the next one. So we have made it to the next stop, and during this was the momentous occasion, say hi Charlie, was the momentous occasion of 100 miles on the Raleigh. So we've now done 100 miles and it still seems to be going okay, which is great. Confidence is growing, but I'm still a little bit nervous. So far, so good. We're all assembled and just about to go. Only 30 miles or so till we get back to the coast. Well, it's been a long day, and we made it. We got to St Bees. I sort of can't believe it, really, in many ways. After all the trouble we had yesterday, and really not very much of a road test, we set off. Really didn't miss a beat. I've had to take a couple of links out of the belt, as mentioned I think earlier, but other than that, seemed great. We got here now, and before putting the bike away, had a little check. Nothing obviously loose or fallen off or anything, other than my GoPro. The only thing that fell off the bike was the camera I was going to film some footage of. Now, it's a bit disappointing. It means that some of the shots that I was hoping to share with you, some onboard footage, hasn't happened. But there's nothing I can do about it. It was never found, so that's the end of that, really. Forget about it. So reflecting on today, other than losing a GoPro, or cheap version of a GoPro I should say, everything seemed to go according to plan, really. We're here, but of course there's only half the journey. Need to head back. Tomorrow's the tough route. I sort of have a degree of quiet confidence about it, and in a way I'm quite looking forward to it, which is something that I wasn't thinking about this morning. But you know, I'll try not to have too late at night. Try not to have too many lemonades, and try and keep myself clear for tomorrow. But by virtue of the fact that tomorrow's a long day, there's not as many stops. I don't have an onboard camera. I don't know how much footage I'm going to get tomorrow. So hopefully, if there's anything significant or relevant, we'll be able to look at it. Fingers crossed we get something. But thanks for being with me today, through all this journey, really. Let's see what tomorrow brings. Thanks for watching. Good night. Well, it's been a long Sunday and we're back, and I've done it. You'd think I'd be really excited, but I'm absolutely shattered. It's not been an easy ride, it never is on an old bike, and with all the climbs and stuff today, it's been really, really tough going. That said, the bike has really performed well. It hasn't been faultless. It has needed some bits and pieces and will need some TLC, but we'll go through that in another video. But the key thing is we've made it back. A massive achievement, really. I'm too tired to be excited about it. Thanks for watching.